Hello, and welcome to episode 115 of Unqualified Game Chat. I'm your host, Azario Lopez, and with me today is we didn't plan to both be wearing white shirts.
That's true.
Spencer, the legacy.
My shirt has Sonic on it,
Well, you
like a
always have
real
to
grown
be.
up
Yeah, with just those chili
with
dogs.
chili dogs. Yeah, it's from the Yeti.
I don't know why. I don't know why you have to one up me every
No,
time,
your shirt's
but
nice too.
it's a Uniqlo white shirt.
See,
That's
Uniqlo, that's nice.
okay. It
That's
doesn't.
nice.
I usually their graphic tees are always pretty fire. Well,
They are.
I will say their collaborations, there's like 10 shirts that you can get, but there's only really like one or two good ones from each
Yeah.
collaboration. And you'll know which one it is when you go there
Yeah, when
and
you
it's
see it,
sold
you're
out.
like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that one's sold out
Yeah.
of every size except for 4X or something,
Yeah,
and all the other ones are available. That's how you know.
exactly.
That's how you know. Spencer, I'm getting really good at this, but this is a podcast that's recorded every week and posted to Patreon. Sorry, my dog decides to come. Hey,
I was
go
going to
somewhere.
remind you. I'm impressed you did it.
um, and hi. Okay, are we done now? Okay, go somewhere. Go outside. I don't care what you do. Go.
Special guest appearance from friend of the show,
Riley. He just wants
Riley.
to make it all about him. Um, This podcast is posted every week to Patreon on Thursdays. Last week, I think I got it up on Saturday. Sorry, there's a lot of post pack stuff that was
Mhm.
taking all my time. But I will get this up on Thursday because it also posts a week later on YouTube where you can watch it for free.
Yeah, no
Um,
money.
but you'll be a week late. Still, put your comments down wherever you watch it. Put your comments down. We'll see them and we'll address them. And if you want to support the show, support us on Patreon. Um, Lowest tier. Everything helps. It's just something we do as an incentive for those who want to help us out. Anyway, on to the show. Since I wanted to start off, I buy a lot of video games.
You do. It's always interesting to see which ones. I'm hoping you have something interesting to tell us today.
We haven't done this in a while, but
Yeah.
I've been buying some video games lately, and yeah, I will just share them with you. And Spencer, and for the viewers and listeners, Spencer does not know
I don't.
which
This is
games.
all new to me.
All new. Um, these are all. There's 4 games. They're all PlayStation games. Start there.
Ooh.
So the first game is a new one.
Wow.
I got Expedition 33. Now, I have it digitally and I have not opened this copy because I
Mhm.
saw those I saw the physical was getting kind of rare. And I
Oh, I
said,
see. A speculative buy.
"Yes," I said, "Not today. Not today, Satan. I will not
Yeah.
spend more than $50 on a $50 game.
I will have
Not
it
today."
in physical copy edition.
And also that extra money doesn't go to the developer. They've already made their money off of this. Um that's how it works out there in the biz where the the company buys an allocated distribution of physical discs from the distributor. They go out, and then you can buy more if you want, but you still have to hit that threshold. And if you don't think that you're going to hit that threshold with sales, you probably don't buy a second
Yeah,
batch. And then you can have like Video Games Plus from Canada sometimes steps in
they
to
do.
um, to fund some reprints. But yeah, I got this just in case. Just in case.
Intriguing.
Next up, we're gonna go to PS2. I bought Grandia 3.
Huh. Interesting.
Now,
Why? Why? What drove you to grab this one?
well, I don't have I didn't have it. I
Hmm.
used to have it. Um Someone stole it from me. I think it was one of
Damn.
my ex's friends, an early ex, like a 20 in my
Yeah.
20s ex. The more worst batch of exes happened in my
Yeah.
20s.
Oh, I
And
see.
one of them, not her specifically, but one of her little friends got
Snuck in.
their little early 20-year-old sticky hands in my
crept
games.
in and
You know what? I didn't
plucked
like
it.
that copy because it had water damage on the cover.
Oh, so who
This one,
really won that
yeah,
day?
yeah, yeah, yeah. They also, you know what else? You know what else they fucking stole from me?
Your
My Metal
dignity.
Gear. Well, that because I did get it back, but by worse than that, Metal Gear. The collection on PS3. What is it? The
Oh, the Legacy Collection.
Legacy Collection.
That
And
was a
I
good
will say
one.
that I also one upped them with that because I found it at a GameStop with the the art book, which I didn't have
Ooh,
before. So joke's on
wow.
you, little
Both
thief,
times you came out on top.
little thief. Anyway, all complete.
Very
Um,
nice.
I don't remember playing this game much as a kid. It reminded
Mhm.
me too much of Dark Cloud, and it was like it was too soon after I played Dark Cloud, and I
Yeah,
was like I don't know about these dungeons. The Dark Cloud dungeons are pretty. They're they're pretty dumb.
yeah.
I they're just like little caves, or they suck. They really suck. Dark Cloud 2 is really good. Anyway, Grandia 3. Um, Next two games are just games that I saw. Um,
Whoa.
so anything that I see Agetec, I will buy. Because I love them so much. So Fighter Maker 2, which
Whoa. That looks like
they used
Rio from Shenmue.
it looks like a Tom Cruise meets, yeah, definitely Shenmue. Shenmue,
Yeah,
yes, that is his kick, and they put like Tom Cruise's face
yeah. It's Tom
on
Cruise in the Shenmue movie.
yeah, yeah. I
Looking for my father's
that's
killer.
exactly what yeah, that's exactly now program me to be the ultimate fighter.
Have you
Um
seen Landy?
so okay, so when Age Tech first started releasing games, they were one of the first publishers to like publish games from Japan on PlayStation, but they didn't know how to name the games. They barely knew how to localize them.
Mm,
And so they had their first run of collection, you'll see they have like just the name of what the game is. So this is Shooter Space Shooter. But that's not exactly what the name of the game is. It is that, but I don't know what the
yeah.
Japanese name is. Look, I'll show you another example.
What's he going to pull out, audience? For the audio listeners, he is retreated to his shelf and he is searching for a title. He's found it. He's searching for another.
Okay, so another one they did was Battle Hunter, right?
Whoa.
It's just Battle Hunter. They also have board game, and they also have another. I can't find it up there, but I have it. Um, yeah. So their first run has like these huge prints at the top,
Yeah.
and just really cool like oh, Japanese games aren't very popular in the West. How do we market this game in the West right away? Because they're not gonna buy Jinchu plus Love, I don't know, Max,
Yeah.
whatever.
At the time, that was
Yeah.
not going to sell. People weren't like, oh, when is this going to come west? They didn't know
Yeah.
what it was.
So this is a tactical RPG, and but this one is just a space shooter, and it's
Huh.
cool. So they also did they also were the first to publish like RPG Maker games. That's where in the West, and that's where
Fighter Maker 2.
Fighter Maker 2 comes in. Is It's all based off of like a game maker style stuff. So Age Tech as a publisher, they were also the only publisher in the West that believed in like FromSoftware. Um,
Oh,
so
interesting.
so like all Armored Core, all early PS2 FromSoftware games like that, those shitty like RPG first person games that they put out. Um, I mean, people like them. They give me motion sickness, but yeah, they're all published by Age Tech, and the president of Age Tech now works for Bandai Namco. So you could probably connect those dots on why Bandai Namco still publishes From Software games.
Yeah.
It all comes back together. But I love Agetec. I think Agetec is the greatest, coolest publisher out there. And if you see that Agetec seal of approval, you might be spending anywhere between $10 and like $500 because I think they do shit like Echo Beyond, which is like $400 now. Um, but they have yeah, so they have a couple like they did that Kuon game that's like the most expensive PS2 game. They did Kuon. But yeah, great publisher. One of my favorites. I want to do like a whole retrospective on them, to be honest
That'd
with
be
you.
cool.
Like once I have the time, I think I have enough games for sure by them. Um, but that is so much random information. And I think I can get access to the old Age Tech president. I couldn't years ago when I tried because no one listened to well Zario little Mr. Scoops on the beat, you
I'm
know.
from
I was
Game Couch and I'd like to interview you.
I just got my degree and I really want to write about this.
Turned into Goofy back then. You were like, go
Yeah.
I'd
That's where my
love to
voice
talk
went.
to you.
If I had another chance, I wouldn't go with Goofy. But
I
you
like
know
it.
what? I
I
did it and
like
I'm
it.
sticking with it.
I like it.
Um so those are the games I played. Now for what's coming up, we have Summer Games Fest. I think it's
Hmm.
next week. Is that right?
I think it's a
No.
week later. I think
Oh,
it's in
thank
two
God.
weeks.
Oh, thank God.
You got two
Uh,
weeks.
Um, so we touched on it last week, but Spencer's not going to attend this.
I
But
can't
we'll get
attend, unfortunately.
they said he's too dangerous. They said
I'm too
his fist
handsome.
of fury. No, not in this. Those
My
are
incredible. They've been honed by every
yeah
martial arts master in the world to
yeah
play games better than anyone.
yeah. They couldn't sign off on that. They couldn't. America wouldn't really. It's an ego thing for us.
Yeah, they'd stop me and say, "Wait a minute, you're that gamer. Hold
Yeah,
on,
not today.
not
Not
today."
today. um, maybe, but hopefully PAX. So we'll get him in some bits with Mark and I, and
Yeah.
we'll definitely have a lot of fun there with the Monster Vine crew. Um, as for me, I'm curious. How do you when you're booking events like this? How do you start it? What's your workflow?
Um, First comes the whole, you book the things you really want to see first because you're
Hmm.
like Digimon and stuff like that, where you're like, I gotta see those, and then you book the things that you find interesting that you don't know about, and then sometimes I prep. So like I'll read up on it or I'll play other games by the company or whatever if there's time, just to know what I'm going in, especially if there's an interview component.
Hmm.
It's good to be prepped. Yeah, then I essentially just get ready to go. Since I'm in Canada, it's a bit of a longer trek.
Ooh, that's true. It's
So
not
I
like me where I can get away with day trip stuff or like
yeah, no, that's
a 2 hour flight somewhere.
yeah, everything's like I think it's pretty much always 4 hours or more to
Oh
fly.
yeah.
Um, and then once you're there, you have all the things that you packed. You have your charger bank for your phone. You got your little snackies or protein bars or whatever you need to stay afloat while you're over there. You got some cash to get drinks for because you're gonna get thirsty.
Yeah.
And Canadian debit cards don't work so good when you try and buy a drink with them. Yeah,
That's what our staff writer Mike that's the issue that he ran into
yeah,
uh last year in Seattle with us.
hmm
He's a Canadian locale as well.
yeah. So you gotta have some cash, or you have to be like, "Hey, boss, can you please buy me a drink? I'm thirsty."
I'm really
Yeah, I'm
thirsty.
really thirsty. I'm so thirsty. I can't
I've
talk
been
good. Tugging on his
I
shirt. Please, please, I'm thirsty.
um I definitely agree. You got to get ahead of like I've been taking around like lip balm or like
Hmm.
chapstick, I guess.
Chapstick.
Um because my lips will dry out super fast, especially when we're doing interviews and talking a lot. And I'm a talker. I
Yeah.
mean, I can talk. I can talk about anything.
Azario can yap when he needs to.
Oh, I'll yap. I'll yap all day. I'll take the conversation to the weirdest or the most wholesome place you want to go.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you want to do, let's do it.
Azario's
Um,
open to anything.
yeah, yes, yes, I am.
Yes, I'm a very open individual.
um, but I've been doing really good with the chapstick, and I have Dr. Scholl's in my shoes
That's
now.
good.
Uh,
It's good. We're getting older.
yeah, it's
All
definitely
that
turned a
walking.
lot into like a fashion game nowadays too. A lot of people are like wearing brands and stuff out there now. I try not to get too into the weeds and all that. I think I think that year that I was single, I was doing it. I was buying a lot of weird shit, just like oh, like I was wearing polos at like press events and stuff, just to be like, I'll be different, I'll be the polo
I'm
guy.
standing.
It
Yeah,
didn't
I'm the
catch on.
polo
It didn't
dude.
fucking catch. It didn't catch on. It didn't
Everyone went,
catch
Zario,
on.
nice polo, dude.
Yeah.
Dude,
Well,
noticed you're wearing a polo. Hell yeah, brother. Rock on.
something something different than the fucking flannel unbuttoned
Yeah.
the unbuttoned flannel look is just getting a little much for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I think my least favorite part about event planning is booking the schedule. Um
It is stressful to be like, okay, when is this open? When is this open? And then being like, where are they? Is this in a different hall? Is
oh
this
yeah, yeah.
nearby? Will I have the 10 minutes to cross quickly? It can be a nightmare.
I think E3 was good for this because you could get away with booking things back to back because you can just end meetings like 5 minutes, 7 minutes early if you
Hmm.
wanted to and just be like, "Oh, I'm done." And take off. Now, the publisher will probably want you to stay, but
Yeah.
you could probably sneak out early if you have to.
Hmm.
Um that's the thing about these events is like they know you're there, so you can't really get away from like once they have their time, that's their time,
Yeah.
and you get better at managing that. I think um I think understanding like everyone's going to treat you like you're $1,000,000
Hmm.
whether you have a
It's
hundred
very
followers
flattering.
or 1,000 followers, type of thing. Everyone's really nice to you, and I think that's the best part about these events is like you can just be starting out, and once you get in, it's like fuck yeah, I've been working my ass off for this, and
Yeah.
then you get in, and I can't. I will say that everyone is just really nice. Everyone that works, and you'll meet some assholes here and there, but also you got to empathize that they're doing a job. They're getting paid
Yeah.
to be there. Um,
And it's
maybe you,
tiring. They might be
yeah,
just drained, depending on like when you're meeting them. They might have had like a difficult appointment, and then now they're tired. And you never know what's going on.
yeah. It's a weird thing too because like everyone whenever you meet there's all these rumors in the game industry and we all work in these silos where a lot of it is just like whatever we see on the internet but we don't really engage ourselves but we see
Hmm.
it exists, and a lot of people do this where when we go to these events they have like a list of like things they want to get down to the bottom of. So
Yeah.
they'll be like right at the end of the meeting, "Hey, what happened with XY?" They'll like try to get the
Yeah.
tea,
The last
but,
question is the
but you're
one
like,
that
"Fuck,
would end the interview.
I have like 3 fucking minutes to like talk shop with you."
Yeah.
And get, but that's when I'm mostly gabbing around. I'll if they get me talking about stuff and about business stuff, they can probably keep me around for another 10-15 minutes for sure.
Hmm.
I get excited talking about that stuff though with
Yeah.
with
It's fun.
with people.
It's like any conversation's fun in that environment, like in these appointments, because everyone's pretty hyped to be there. or at least like they're excited to show you their game or whatever. And then so they're very open to conversations. You're both just like you're typically in close proximity. And if it's like the last question, you've gone through the game and you've shown your interest, and you've had a good chat. So then it's like, oh, like let's just talk casually. It's a
Mm-hmm.
very, very welcoming, nice environment for that kind of thing.
Yeah. Have you ever previewed a game that you didn't like?
Mm, probably, yeah, yeah. I think I have. Um, yeah. At which point I'm like, oh, these things concern me, but these things were interesting. I don't know, like because
Have
you
you ever
never want to
given?
just be like, this is shit,
Yeah,
and this is because you
yeah.
want to be like mean, but you want to be objective about it in some way, or like at least give your honest opinion. So
I have been
yeah,
trying to get better at giving feedback, like at events like the Mix and like just
mm,
indie events and stuff. Um, because I think we touched on it last episode, but the like student developer is like a pretty real thing, and I
yeah,
think that like even though they're making their first game and it's doing well, I think they're as much as in a silo as we are, you know, and like there was a puzzle game and I was like, "Hey, just a stupid mechanic that'll make this really good. Just make this right trigger a zoom in. It doesn't do anything but zooms in on the whatever the players. It's a first person thing." And he's like, "Why?" And I was like, "It's for the ADHD players, man. Like they'll play and they'll want to do something while they're just
yeah,
walking around. They'll want to click something. They'll want to
like
uh
jumping a lot in the game, or like
or
yeah,
roll dodge rolling
dodge
when
rolling, yeah,
you're not playing for speedrun strats or anything like that. You're just doing something while you're
crouching
yeah, you're
up
just
and
getting from
down,
point A to point B. You're just trying to
yeah,
do something. And I think puzzle games um really like the extra shit is just as important as the puzzle itself, I think,
yeah,
because puzzles
100%,
are exhausting. And whether that's visual where you're giving players something to look at, or narrative where you're giving them something to collect, if you don't whatever path you choose, there's going to be downtime, and I think allowing them to like throw a ball against a wall is like fuck yeah, like
yeah.
stuff
A
like
tiny
and
little thing that'll like make that part of your brain happy.
yeah, but who knows, like maybe me saying that is like breaks the whole fucking game for them, like
Yeah,
nah,
that's
oh, the zoom in feature brought up
oh,
all
we've
these
lost
10 other
months of development time because of the zoom in feature.
yeah,
Fuck.
now you can see through walls and clip through
Yeah,
this. I feel bad. Um, yeah, but I've been getting better at delivering that live feedback. It's
that's
and
good.
mostly because I I don't know if this is technically a bad thing. It's not a great thing, but I've been thinking about where I personally lie in my coverage, and I think I suck the dick of the developer a little too much. In like,
Oh, why is that?
I just feel like I'm very pro developer. Like
Mhm,
I think I care so much about the sacrifices that they're probably making on the day to day to just make something fun for anybody, that like when people talk shit on Assassin's Creed Ubisoft, like it fucking bums me out. Like
mhm.
not because if the game sucks, the game sucks. But then like you start attacking the developer and it just
Yeah, that's never a good
that's
look.
yeah. I It's like once you like I don't know. I'm not on the side of the publisher. I'm
Mhm.
on the developer side.
Devs.
Publishers are fine. But but what hurts me is I'm not even on the side of develop or the writers all the time. So a journalist can write an opinion piece that's like saying bad things about a developing company and I'm just like, I guess. Like if
Yeah.
they're not like killing people or like I just don't think that people should get uh drug drug through the mud for being an asshole. And I think there's a few developer voices that are going around right now and that are their only backlash is that they were an asshole to the wrong person.
Mhm.
And that
So it's a
snowballed.
tonal. Yeah.
Yeah. Um Yeah, I that's the I don't know, the theme of my coverage is I want to see the silver lining in developers
You want to
because
lift them up.
yeah, or show a side of them that's not normally seen, but it also clouds my judgment on forming those opinionated pieces on them because I'm so busy making excuses for their actions in my head that it sometimes hurts potential story development or
Mhm.
potential me delivering a certain piece of feedback at a specific time. I don't know. It's my own struggle, I guess, but I'm constantly re-looking at how I cover games, and it's just another thing I realized about myself is that I'm
Interesting.
very pro developer.
Yeah, I lean more towards positive as well. I can find fun in like a lot of games that are janky or like messed up or not great, but yeah, eh, it's challenging because you don't want to come off like you're like no, I like everything and I'm not critical, but I don't know. It's at the same time there is that balance of like, oh, I can see the effort that went into this compared with like an asset swap or asset flip game
Hmm.
or like something like that. So yeah, it can be. It's interesting. Yeah, I would say we're similar in that in terms of like being a bit more positive maybe than most, but I don't think that's an inherently bad thing. I think it's especially when the slant seems to go the other way for the most
Yeah,
part.
that's how I justify it. Is that there's way better voices and way more well framed minds out there on
Hmm.
the issues that plague the game industry that I just don't have capacity for when I'm
Hmm.
constantly just trying to learn new games and move on and move on and move on and learn new
Yeah.
games and um so yeah, it's I guess it's a balance. Something I've been that's been on my mind. I just I can only imagine, man, just like spending like 10 years working on something as a solo dev for some of these things and just like I don't know. That's a lot of time.
That is a lot of time. That's like oof, like 2015 to now. That's
Yeah.
holy.
That creature keeper game that came out this month, 13 years.
13 years.
Yeah,
Holy.
by one guy. It was crowdfunded back in like 2020 or something like that. Um or 2019 or something. But it's really good and I gave it a 9 out of 10. And there's bugs, but I gave it a 9 out of 10 because I know that the guy is going to fix all the bugs.
Mhm.
Like it's a $10 game and the game loop is so smart and I was having so much fun. I got to the end of the game and everything and it's like I can't possibly give this lower than a 9.
Yeah.
Like there's so much smart systems going on here. It's like an action RPG like Ys in a way, where certain weapons hit enemies, but the creature aspect is not like Pokemon where all you have to do is really feed a monster and you get to capture it. Um, but the idea is that you're capturing these monsters and you're unlocking like sketches of them in this book, this bestiary
Yeah.
book, and through that bestiary book your stats are going up. And and that compared with like this really dark and heavy narrative doesn't really go into fantasy, doesn't really cool. Really
Yeah.
cool. And
Sometimes you hit a game like that where you're like, yeah, there's things in it that could be improved, but like what's strong is so strong
yeah,
that they pale in comparison.
yeah. And for $10, dude, what
Yeah,
like
that's a good price. Yeah.
who the fuck like I no, I had way too much fun to get but that's what I'm saying is like if I was more pro gamer, I
Hmm.
would say this game's a 5 out of 10. Needs to fix all these bugs, and it needs to fix all of these issues. And I'm like, I don't. I in my head, it's like no, like that's not how I want to approach
That's
game
not how you view the
criticism.
game. Yeah.
Yeah, but definitely a balance. Are you playing anything?
Not really. I'm playing like I haven't had a lot of time with we got a new puppy and
Oh, congrats.
he's got a lot of energy and he requires 24/7 supervision. But I've snuck away a little just to like I played a little Fortnite like a zoomer
Easy.
um because you can get Emperor Palpatine this season
Yeah,
and
you need them.
I need Emperor Palpatine um because I'm a Star Wars nerd. But yeah, so a little bit of that, and then
What are your thoughts
uh,
on the AI Darth Vader?
I discovered it by accident. I didn't know about it, and I like defeated Darth Vader, and then he was like talking to your microphone, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" So I start the first time I did it, I was just like, "Oh, it's probably like just like knows Star Wars stuff." So I asked about like some obscure Jedi, and he answered perfectly, and I was like, "This is weird." So I asked about non-canon stuff, and then he answered perfectly, and I was like, this is really weird. And then I started asking
Whoosh.
about not Star Wars. So I was like, oh, tell me about the Homer Simpson. Oh, tell me about Monster Vine. And he would like, he'd be like, Homer Simpson is an oafish buffoon. Is that who you want to be like? They'd be like, Monster Vine. I don't know what that is, but does it benefit the Empire? And like, got him to say like Ace Bonanza and like, very weird. It's very scary, is what I'll say. It's
You
very
should have asked about
frightening.
The Sandlot because that's James Earl Jones' best movie.
Yeah, that would have been good. That's a good idea.
Next
Be
time you
like,
see
"Oh,
him,
tell me about Mufasa." He'd be like,
yeah,
"I'll tell you all about Mufasa.
I want to know about his time playing baseball.
Tell me
Uh,
about your when you were playing baseball. Tell me about when you were a Lion." And be like, "I would love to." I'd be like, "What was it like when you were on Frasier?" And he's like, "Well, I was a blind guy."
oh,
And,
rest in peace. What a
what a
fucking
legend.
treasure. God,
Um, but it
honestly,
is
dude, I don't know how he survived so long. Good for him.
good for him kicking it. He
Killing it.
he had the most iconic voice, and his family signed off on the AI thing.
I
So
saw
I don't know if it's my place to be like, well, it's still, but it is
AI.
still kind of weird. It is
Yeah.
still a little strange, but it's interesting, but
uh
scary.
Anime Expo tweeted out they're having a voice actor panel, but the
Mhm.
image that they used was an AI generated image,
Oh
and
no.
like really bad, like the fingers were just on full display.
Yeah,
Usually they
smudgy.
try to hide, yeah, usually they try to hide the
Yeah.
hands, but full display. And they didn't take it down. They stood on business, and
Wow.
they're like, no, I'm gonna say this with my whole chest.
I went.
They're
Yeah.
people are trying to blacklist any voice actors on that panel. I guess is the consensus now.
Oh.
Um, Kind of a bad move on Anime Exo's part. Who the thing like when the conversation of AI comes up now, is it like if the person signs off on it, does that make it okay? Like
Yeah.
that's a crossroads that I'm like trying to like where because I use it for my day job, you know? It's like
Mm.
I I can't I can't really like I don't know. I don't know where to draw the line, I guess is it's weird.
It's
It's a
tough
weird.
because it's evolving so fast that it's like
Yeah.
we can't get a handle on what's ethical and what isn't
Yeah.
like quick enough because
And so
it's new stuff. Like I didn't know we were far enough for Darth Vader you talk to who answers all your questions and James Earl Jones. I didn't know we were there. That's
yeah,
crazy.
it's only going to
Like
get more so too. It's only going to
yeah.
get more advanced. It's only going to become more volatile. It's only going to become easy. I think that the best way that I can think of to even use something like this is maybe an artist uses it for inspiration,
Mhm.
maybe editor or writer or anybody uses it as a skeleton to then get the mind working and being creative. Maybe they're
Yeah, as a
developing
tool rather
something.
than as the whole thing.
Yeah. Maybe they're developing something and hit a developer roadblock, um, and learned how to do it from ChatGPT. You know,
Mhm.
like I don't. I think it's going to be individual ethics, but I'm having a tough time in this industry, and maybe you are too. Is do we cover the games that even have that AI
Mhm.
like
Yeah, that is
thing at the
tough
bottom
because
on
you're seeing
Steam?
more of that.
We've covered them too, and
The Swish eShop is just
oh,
all AI slop.
people on the our Twitters will call us out pretty quickly. Like if it uses AI, so that's where I'm like, do you guys want us to cover it or not? Like I don't know where people stand.
Yeah,
We'll see, we'll
we'll
see.
see.
Because it's if you think for a second you're not gonna see EA or Square try to utilize this to bring down their costs of game development,
Oh, I'm sure they already are. I'm sure
they
they're already
already
trying to use it. Like,
they
yeah.
already are. Um, yeah.
What have you been playing?
Oh shit. Oh, I can say this. I've been playing Pipistrello in the Cursed Yoyo. Um, it comes out next week. Um, if you could tell anything from even one look at this game, it's probably a game that you should buy. It's a GBA style Yo-Yovania. You're a bat. You play as a bat, and your auntie gets cursed, and she runs this whole like monopoly, and everyone that's in this monopoly like goes over to her and is like, "Hey, we've been under your thumb for too long," and she they curse her, and the bat Pippet throws his yo-yo into the curse beam, and so she gets her soul gets transferred into the yo-yo, and now you're spending the rest of the game trying to get her souls back. But
Yeah,
and I can only talk about like the first chapter. So the story starts getting pretty good after that because you start realizing that the auntie and even Pippet to that extent aren't necessarily good people. They're
interesting.
Pippet for one is a little asshole.
Yeah.
Like he's just a little punk kid trying to show off his yo-yo moves and gets thrown into this. So he'd rather be doing anything else than this. But because he's found a way, it's so cute because he finds a way to connect it with his yo-yo, his addiction to yo-yoing. He's okay with the adventure. You know,
That's fun.
it's like yeah, and oh the puzzles are challenging. The moves you get are really cool. Um, it's a tough game, but I think it's a very approachable game in that same breath. The map is fun to navigate. I don't know if you're looking for something indie to play this summer to start your June off. I think that anybody who buys Pipistrello will have a good time with it. And that's just my opinions after chapter one.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. Expect my full review next week.
Ooh, find that on Noisy Pixel.
Yeah. Fun fucking game. I'm very happy to be playing it.
Hell yeah.
Um anyway, oh, and Shuya Yoshida made it his banner on Twitter, which
Oh, he
also
loves a good
validates.
indie.
Yeah, he also validates my love for the
It's
Brazilian
true.
team. Dodgeball Academia or whatever. They
Oh, I
developed
remember
that
that.
game. Yeah, they
Yeah.
developed that game. So this is
Okay.
their second game. Pocket Trap.
Nice.
Yeah, PM Studios Publishing. Good group all around. And that's it. 40 minutes. We're pretty good.
We are pretty good. We always, we show up, we do it properly, with good timing.
Mm.
It's splendid. Compliment us in the comments.
Yeah. Let us know how great we are in the comments.
Yeah.
Um, I'll see you next week, Spencer.
I'll see you then. And
I
I'll
think
see all of you then too.
Ooh, I think we're gonna do yay or nay next week. So
Ooh, it's been a while.
it's been a while. Get excited, nerds.
Get excited for that yay or nay.
All right, bye.
Bye, everyone.
Noisy Pixel.